Good evening, everybody. Today is, what is this? January 9th, 2022, and this is iBUG Buzz number 566. We keep climbing up there. My name is Brad Snyder. I, along with my co-host, Sandhya Rao, the ladybug herself, are your facilitators for tonight's get-together. The iBUG Buzz is a open forum where we discuss all things in the iOS world. That means your iPhones, your iPads, iPod Touch, if you're using one of those. We might even talk about the Apple Watch and the Apple TV. We'll talk about hardware, the devices, maybe some apps, maybe some peripheral devices, some headphones. You never know what'll come up. But we keep to the iOS world. We have other calls for other devices. This one is all about the iOS. So I think we all know the rules and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to spare everybody going over that. You know, we are being recorded and will be available in a podcast and on our website and basically all kinds of ways to get in touch with us, hear the show once it's done. But what we want to do now is hear about other iBUG events that are going on this week. So for that, I'm going to turn it over to the aforementioned ladybug, Sandhya Rao. Take it away, Sandhya.
All right. Thank you, Brad. Yes, we have a pretty good, busy week this week ahead of us. So all times are central and everything's on Zoom unless specified otherwise. For the next 2 hours, we're going to be listening to the iBUG Buzz. And then stay tuned for the midpoint where we can do our iBUG Night at the Virtual Movies, those awesome big reveal for the awesome clues and the even more awesome prizes. I can't wait for today's prize. All right, then tomorrow is Tuesday. We have iBUG Mini Buzz. So if you think of some question in the middle of the night that you forgot to ask, write it down and come tomorrow on Clubhouse. Then on Thursday is our Vila Book Club. We're going to be reading The Fortunate Son. And that is about 9 hours and 26 minutes, DB 62,769 by Walter Mosley. Definitely come check it out. It's a very interesting book. And then we have our Friday night movie on Friday. And then we are off for the weekend. And then we'll be back here next Monday. All right. Social media. We have a website, ibugtoday.org. We have a Twitter is at iBUG Today. We have an Instagram at iBUG Today. Facebook.com/group/iBUG Today, where you can post questions and get answers to your own questions. We also have an email is ibugtoday@gmail.com. You can also listen to all of our training sessions. They are posted in various platforms, including on the website, on YouTube, and on your various smart speakers. Okay, with that, Brad, I will hand it back to you.
All right. Thank you very much. That was awesome. A lot going on in the iBUG world. I see we've got the holidays behind us and we're back in full force. That's awesome. Look out 2023. Okay, so we've got some of that stuff out of the way. As is the iBUG tradition, what we like to do before we get things started is go around the room, give everybody a chance to say hello, tell us your name, tell us where you're joining us from, and we also like to know if this is your first time joining us. So to get things started, my name is Brad. I'm in Dallas, and this is definitely not my first time here. Hey, Julie. Awesome. Doing a great job there.
This is Pete, and I'm from Jacksonville, home of the awesome Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. Welcome, Pete.
This is Janet from Colorado.
Ned from Texas.
All right. Thank you, Ned. Very good.
This is Dee from Taco Heaven.
All right, Dee. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is Jake
This
from
is
Michigan.
Earl from Toronto, Canada.
Oh, no, we had Jake. I didn't catch the others.
Earl in Toronto,
Helene
Canada.
from Arizona.
Welcome, Earl.
Helene.
This is Helene.
Hello,
from
Helene.
Arizona.
out there in warm Arizona, no doubt. Very good. Who else we got?
Jody in New
Garrett.
Hampshire.
Oh, Jody and not
Marie
so
from
warm New
Reno.
Hampshire. Marie, welcome.
Gary in Austin.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Brad. Sandhya, everybody.
Anybody else?
Shree
wanna
from
say
Virginia.
hello? Hey, Shree.
Brian
Linda in
from
Humble.
North.
Brian. And I didn't catch the other.
Linda from Humble.
Hey, Linda.
Hey.
Greg from near Austin.
And Greg from near Austin. Awesome.
Sandhya in Houston.
Hey, Sandhya. Is that everybody? Okay.
Teresa from Ontario, Canada.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Canada is always well represented in here. We like it.
Well, we like being there.
Awesome. We like
Lots
having
of
you. Okay.
Ontario and Ontario.
All right. Usually we do like to give our new users or new people time to get us going, but we'll say anybody who's kind of feels they're new to using their iOS device, we like to give our new users, or shall we say relatively new users, the opportunity to get us going. So anybody got a burning question? Let's get us started here tonight.
This is Jody. Boy, it's so quiet.
Okay, Jody.
Yes. Yesterday, the cafe was very interesting, and I don't have an Apple Watch, but I have a question about one. So in talking about how you have a keypad on there, I'm just wondering if it's such a teeny face, how do you find the letters on the keypad? And is it a standard QWERTY keypad?
All right.
So I'm just curious.
Who can tell Jody about the keyboard or keypad, whatever, on the
keyboard,
on the
yeah.
Apple Watch? Who is that? I think I heard somebody.
This is Shree.
Yeah, Shree, go ahead.
So Joey, I'm just going to kind of speculate a little bit from what Herbie explained. So one of the features with that keyboard is you can only use standard typing. That's probably because it's so small that for us voiceover users, as you swipe, it's going to land on the letter or towards a letter that you're looking for. And once you find it, you're going to double tap it versus, like how I typically type with my iPhone with the iTouch, or touch typing, I should say. So I think that's how it's going to work. You're going to get somewhere close to it, then maybe swipe left, right to find it, and then double tap.
So this is Jody.
Go ahead.
So just thinking, with having big fat fingers and a little teeny keyboard, so you just basically slide from left to right till you get to the right letter.
That's correct.
Okay. I was just curious how you could have a little teeny keyboard. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Who'd like to keep us moving? Who's got another question for us? The watch, the iPhone, iPad, anything iOS?
Yes. This is Helene.
Hello, Helene. Go ahead.
Well, I just came home from Costco getting hearing aids, and this is a question. She said, I put the app on your iPhone, and it's called Hear Link. But now, if you want to make it louder, you just get to the place where it says increase volume and then decrease volume. And I tried double tapping, but the only way I could make it louder was by using my phone and the up and down volume. So I have a mild to moderate hearing loss, so I can hear things outside, but I'm using the hearing aids now to do this meeting. And I'm curious if anyone else has hearing aids, if they found that it was voiceover accessible.
No, I'm not familiar with that app. Does anybody have any ideas?
It's accessible because it was an app that was loaded, that, I uploaded it and I put it on, but I can swipe my finger and I hear things that are on the screen. But if I double tap, I don't hear it going louder or lower.
This is Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
Helene, so you see buttons that say increase volume and decrease volume, but when you double
Yes.
tap, they don't work. So I'm wondering if
Right.
it is, you think it may be a slider switch, like, you know, where you would flick up and it might go up,
Oh,
down or something. I'm just guessing. I have no idea otherwise.
oh, that might be that's good, a good idea. I will try that.
Worth a
Thank
try.
you.
This is Brad. I'm also wondering if that app is actually connected to your hearing aid.
It is.
Okay, it is then.
That's great.
Who's got another question for us? Somebody who,
This is Dee.
yeah, D, go ahead.
Okay. I typed up a document in the Notes app
Uh-huh.
and emailed it to my church. And guess what? They couldn't open it. Is there a way to convert that where it can be read by a PC?
You typed up something in Notes and you went to share,
right?
And emailed it to somebody.
Correct.
And they're not able to open it.
Correct.
Are they using
Because
an iOS device?
No, it
or
went to a PC. That's why I'm
just a
asking
PC?
if there's a way to convert it to.
All I'm thinking is, well, who knows? Who knows what it could
I
be?
couldn't find anything for that.
Who's got any experience with sharing a Notes app to a computer?
This is Greg.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, you could just copy the text and paste it in the email. And
Really?
Right.
I didn't mean that. I'm just amazed. Yeah.
Because that was a brilliant answer. Was that it?
No, I know, Greg. You amaze us. Very good.
Oh, what I actually did then, I shared it to a friend in text messages because I knew she had an Air printer and an iPhone. So she printed it out and we gave it to the church office. But that involves somebody else. But if you just copy it,
I think what he means is in the Notes app. Yeah, you highlight and then copy all the text.
Yeah, well, I know how to copy and paste, but I just I
And
didn't
paste it in the body of your email.
I didn't realize they'd be able to open it that way either. Okay, I'm definitely going to try that. Thank you.
Hey, very good. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Dee. Okay. Who'd like to go next?
Hey, Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa, go ahead.
So I have a question for those of you who live in Houston. So I tried to use the metro.org website to get my Easy Wallet tickets. And do any of you know if it's accessible with the voiceover on your iPhones?
This is just a website, right?
Yes.
Have you tried it?
No, because I'm.
This is David.
Yeah, go ahead, David.
Yeah, the Max Web website is accessible. I'm able to add tickets to my Easy Wallet. You have to go through several screens. I mean, you have to set up a credit card first, and once you do that, then it's pretty simple. Once you have the credit card on file.
Yeah, I know you have to do that first, and then you have to put your ID in, correct?
Yes, you have to log in on the homepage. Yeah, you're with your client ID and your little passcode.
Yeah, I know that.
It'll also show you your trips, that are booked. And there's like a navigation menu you double tap on, and that gives you, I believe it's called Easy Wallet is the section, and then it shows you how many tickets you currently have, and then there's a button to purchase either a pass or individual tickets.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that helps. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, David.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, who's got our next question? Okay, who'd like to go next?
This is Pete.
Yeah, Pete.
See if I can articulate this clearly. I was added to a group message group, a group of recipients
group.
message group.
Mhm.
And most of those other individuals are listed only by phone number. I went in to try to label each one by name, the names that I knew, for example, and I was unable to do that. Has anyone had experience trying that?
Okay, who knows how to give names to participants in a iMessage group message?
Correct.
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Rather than doing it from your messages app, what I suggest you do is go into contacts, add those people individually into your contacts, and then the next time their number pops up in the messages app, it will pop up as their name and not the number.
Right. Okay.
That's how I do it anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I realized I could do that, but I know you can go in and name groups, if I could go in and name the group as a whole, but, and I can go in on individuals in a text thread and rename their phone number with their name. But that's probably the only way to do it. You're right, Jody. Thank you. Right. Thanks, Brad.
This is Sri.
Jody. Yeah, Sri, go ahead.
I think you can also go into that group, Pete, and double tap on the top where it has a list of all the names and numbers, and then go to more info, and it's going to have a list of all the individuals that you have contacts already listed and those that you don't have. And swipe right to one of the numbers that you have, double tap on that, and I think it brings up a contact sheet so you can put in their names.
Yeah, I thought I could do that too. But it did not break out the individuals.
Double tap on the group. It'll show the group.
Right.
Like, Jacksonville fans message group, right?
Right.
I'm sure that's what you're trying to join.
That's
you double tap
exactly
on
it, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and you tap on that and it will show you the individuals in the group. And some of them, if they're already in your contacts, it will show their name. If they're not, but you know who that person is, you tap on that number and it will, then you'll get an option to create new contact, add to existing contact, a bunch of options like that.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. I wasn't able to find it, but I'll give it another shot because it has to be available that way.
But yeah, like where Sri said, when you go to get more info, you will see a thing for the group and it will say the name of the group. And you tap on that and it'll expand it, show all the members of the group.
Okay. I'll give it another shot. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you, Sri.
Thank you very much.
All righty, guys. Who's got our next one? I heard Linda. She hadn't had a chance. Go ahead, Linda.
Yes, I just want to tell Pete that I'm from Jacksonville originally. But my question is, I think I know the answer, but after you delete a text, is there any way to retrieve it?
Ooh. Who's got that answer? Go ahead, Sri.
Basically, when on the text message, go to the main message, and you'll find the edit button on the top left. Double tap on the edit, and then if you do a 4-finger single tap on the bottom and swipe left, you'll see recover deleted messages.
Cool, great, thank you.
It's like a
This is Terry.
deleted items folder. Go ahead, Terry.
I think I read that you have 15 minutes to do it.
No, that's something else.
Is that something
Nope,
different?
that's something completely different.
Okay.
This is like they have starting with iOS 16, it's like a deleted items folder for your text messages.
Correct.
This is Greg.
Anyway, okay.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, the 15 minutes I think is on the mail app, and you can actually adjust that amount of time in your settings. But in the messages app, I believe you have 30 days and it will actually tell you on each message how many days you have left for that specific message.
Oh, wait a second, Greg, because you're talking about 15 minutes to retrieve a sent, 15 seconds to retrieve a sent message. There is a similar retrieve a sent message in the Messages app as well. But the other thing where to retrieve a deleted item, that is 30 days. You are correct on that. But we're talking about two different things here.
Okay, sorry.
I think then the original question was how to get back a deleted text message. I think that's what Linda was asking.
This is Shri.
Yeah, go ahead, Shri.
One of the things, so once you go and double tap on the deleted recover, and then you find the message, you're going to go and I believe you're going to flick up or down, and one of the action item is to recover, and you double tap and it'll recover it for you.
You know, put it back in your regular messages.
That's right.
Yep. And that's only iOS 16. So all of you who've been holding out, not wanting to update, this is one of the things you're missing out on. So a lot of interesting stuff out there. Okay, who's got our next question?
Elisa.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have a question about do not disturb.
Okay.
So if you are going somewhere like to a meeting for 5 weeks, Pacific day, like on the Wednesday, and you want that schedule to be there so nobody will disturb you when you're in that meeting at the specific time, how do you go about doing that on your iPhone?
Oh, so you want to schedule.
And I'm not
do
good
not
at
disturb.
this. Yes, and I don't think my question was very clear.
Okay. Who's familiar with using do not disturb or focus? I know that I put calendar entries in and I can open the control center, select focus, do not disturb, and then there's several options. And one of them is until the end of the next event, and it'll show whatever my next calendar entry is. So you might consider that. Okay. Okay, who's got our next question?
This is Pete.
Yeah, Pete.
I just wanted to go back to Elisa real quick. Elisa, you'll find a recurring event type of a thing under, but you need to go into your settings, go down to focus. Remember, the do not disturb is within the focus element in your settings app. So go there and swipe around and you'll find something to do with a recurring event for exactly that type of a thing. But I wanted to get you going in the right direction, that it's under the focus element under your settings app, and then you'll find probably something that will lead you right to it.
Okay, go to Parmi.
Yeah, Parmi.
Hey, here lately, whenever I click on something, just say if I want to go to my phone or messages or whatever, when I click on it, my screen just blanks out. Has anybody experienced that, or can somebody tell me what that might be?
Can you repeat that? What's it doing?
When I click on like one of the icons, I guess on my iPhone,
Okay.
it blinks out. It just disappears, and then I have to swipe up to open it up again, but it's just there. But it's just when I click on it initially, it blinks out. My whole screen just disappears.
Wow. Okay.
And when I try to make a phone call, I'm not able to see the phone at all. When I have to swipe up, I have to go back to the phone, which is swipes on the keypad, and swipe it up to start over. So it just started happening this weekend, though. It has never done this before.
Okay. Anybody got any idea what's going on with Parmi's phone?
This is Jody.
Yeah, go ahead, Jody.
Is that the feature under touch, accessibility touch? Is that the feature where the screen will shift so that the portion of the screen is only visible, and you can turn that feature off? I'll have to go into settings and find out where to turn that on and off. But that's very annoying when when it does that. That's the only thing I can think of that makes her screen disappear or part of it.
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
So I'm not sure if you're experiencing reachability. That's where the top portion comes down to the bottom. My question is, if this just recently started happening, have you rebooted your phone?
No, when I thought about calling you all tonight, I said maybe I should just reboot my phone, but let me call them first.
Because you said that.
But no, I didn't.
You said the screen goes completely blank, or are you just noticing half the screen?
It just seemed like when I click on something, anything, it'll go blank first. The whole screen disappears, just my wallpaper in the back. That's it.
Yeah.
Then I have to swipe up again for it to come into view.
The reachability, you're actually gonna hear an audible sound, like a switch sound going back and forth. I would just do a reboot and see if it clears it up, because it might.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that. Thank y'all so much.
Okay. Okay, who hadn't had a chance to ask a question?
This is Janet.
Okay, Janet.
I don't know if Shri did his homework or not, but is there a low power mode on your watch like there is on your phone?
This is Shri.
Yeah, Shri, go ahead.
I did do my homework, Janet. And for you, basically what you're going to do is you're going to go to Control Center on your Apple Watch, swipe right to get to battery, double tap on battery, swipe right to acknowledge the low power mode, go out, come back into the Control Center, go back to the battery, and then you'll see low power mode.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good, all right. Shri did his homework, certainly did. All right, thank you, Shri. Thank you, Janet. Okay, who else had a chance to ask a question?
Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa.
Yes, I was on the call last night too, and I had asked about the iWatch 8, the volume. Anyone else is having problem with the volume, and if the iPhone came like bigger than 32 gigabytes.
This is Shri.
Okay, go ahead, Shri.
So I did the homework for that one too. So
All right.
Apple Watch only comes in 32. The
Right.
SC, the Series 8 and Ultra, they only come 32. Now,
Okay.
one thing I did want to ask you, did you check to see if your voiceover volume was also increased 100%
Yes.
in
Yes.
the
it
Watch
did.
app?
Yes.
So in the
Yes.
Watch app, it was 100%, and then you
Right.
also increased the main volume to 100%.
I
There's two
believe
volumes.
so. I was on with Apple, like the tech support, and the sound I was getting at 100%, all my friends are getting it at about 65%. So I don't know, maybe it's this other volume that I wasn't increasing, but you'd think Apple would know about it.
Yes. So I went and looked at it. Yes, I looked at it today, and there is two separate volumes, and they do make a difference because I was able to increase my main volume and lower my voiceover volume. So if your voiceover was low, you need to increase the voiceover volume. So I was going to try and understand whether it was the voiceover volume that was low or the master volume was low. Yeah, that's the master volume where when you listen to the demo, it'll go like mine went up and down and up and up. So it's a 2-finger double tap and hold towards the bottom
Right.
of the Apple Watch.
Yes.
And then you'll slowly slide your finger. Don't lift your fingers. Don't lift both fingers. Just slide your finger up. That will increase the volume. And that's the main volume.
And will it stay increased?
Yes, because it'll increase. And whatever you lift your finger, when it stops, that's where it'll stop.
Okay.
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 This
who
is
had-
Julie.
Yeah, Julie, go ahead.
Just wondering why my watch doesn't tell today's date. It says it like right now it'll say that the date is the 8th, Sunday the 8th.
This is Herbie.
Okay.
Go ahead, Herbie. Let's go see what Herbie's
So
got. Go
I've
ahead,
seen a
Herbie.
lot of discussion over this very issue, and apparently the watch face that you are using can be a factor. And so what I have heard is that if you switch to the modular watch face, that solves this particular issue. So,
Okay, I'm on the modular.
well, then I guess maybe try a different one. I don't know. My watch
Okay.
face doesn't tell the date, so I can't. if I want to know the date, I'll just ask Siri. But there's definitely been a lot of discussion about this very issue, though. So it's not just you. That I can definitely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Might be a bug then, right?
I think so, given the amount of people that seem to be experiencing this issue, and I would definitely say so.
Okay, thanks.
This is Shri.
Okay, go ahead, Shri.
Just so I understand the question, so in your Apple Watch right now, when you tap on the screen, it's reading the time or reading the date? I couldn't quite understand.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Yeah, a lot of people, I guess, their watch faces, it tells the date as well as the time, and it's
I set that up on mine.
It's the date that is giving a lot of people grief lately.
So
Brad, I use the utility watch face, and mine has a date, and it's always, I don't have a problem. So I don't know something's going on.
This is Brian. Oh,
hang on, let's see what Sri has to say, and then we'll go to Brian.
Do you know if, like, I was doing the demo yesterday where you can actually turn the complication off so that you can tell it, just give me the time only and not the date? If you flick up on that complication, it's telling you the date. If you flick up or down, you'll get something that says turn. Oh gosh, I forgot what the word is, but it's one of the options you'll get, and it'll say turn enable or disable. And if you disable that, that stops it from telling the date.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what Brian had. Go ahead, Brian.
yeah, I was in a meeting this afternoon, and two people had the same comment regarding their watches. And the only thing that another person told them is turn off your watch, count to 10 or 20, whatever, and then restart the watch, and it worked for both of them.
Fixed it. Okay. Reboot. Shut down and restart. Yep. It fixes lots of gremlins. This is Brad. I was thinking there used to be a feature, I don't know if they still have it, where you used to be able to enable something and then using the digital crown, move forwards in time. Of course, that doesn't seem to be this problem. This problem seems to be backwards at time, but it was a way to see weather or other things. And if your time was moved ahead to see the future weather, it also showed the date and everything as advanced, whatever you had set it on. I don't know if that feature's still in there. I never found it useful, and I never used it. Go ahead. Who we got?
Yeah, this is Julie. I'd like to know how to reboot my watch.
Who could tell Julie how to shut down her watch and then reboot it, return it back on?
It's not reset, right? It's just reboot.
And it's shut down.
This is Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie, go ahead.
Okay, so there are two ways to reboot your watch, and I'm going to cover the reset just because there is a couple of bugs that may cause you to have to do that. So the reboot is hold down the power button until you feel a vibration, and it asks you what you want to do. Now, if you hold the button down too long and you have SOS enabled, then you're gonna get the siren. But if you just hold it for a few seconds, then it'll bring up a dialogue, and one of the options will be when you swipe on your watch screen to shut down. And then you do that, and then you just press the side button again to power it back on. Or putting on the charger might also turn it back on too, I'm not quite sure. The other way, if you need to reset the watch, which is just a soft reset, that means you force a restart, then what you do is you hold in the side button and the crown for about 10 seconds, and you just hold them in together, so about 10 to 15 seconds more or less, and then it'll automatically restart. And that's just a way to do a soft reset that doesn't lose data or anything like that. So
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, who hasn't had a chance? Who's got a new topic for us?
Gary.
Gary, go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick question. When my partner unlocks her iPhone, there's kind of a sound. It's almost like a camera shuttering sound, but it's not, taking photos or anything like that, but it's, you know, makes that sound, and she's using a SE3.
Okay. Who knows what's going on with Gary's phone?
This is Helene.
Yeah, go ahead, Helene.
I have an SE3 2022 and mine makes a sound. I thought it's just normal.
Yeah, mine doesn't, but hers does. So
Wait a second. This is Brad. You talking about a sound when you turn the phone on?
when you unlock it.
Oh, okay. God, I know where
This is
that
Terry.
is. Yeah, go ahead, Terry.
You can turn those types of sounds on or off in settings. So if yours is not making that sound, Gary, I'm wondering if it's because you have that feature turned off.
Oh, you know, I think we were just trying to figure out how she could turn it off, actually. But, you know, just trying to figure out where that would be.
This is Brad. I think it's under settings and possibly the sounds and haptics.
Yes, I think this is Terry. I'll be glad to go look it up and let you know.
Great, thanks.
And this is Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie, go ahead.
Another thing that you can look at, because you're going to be in that same area anyway, is the sound volume. And that has, even though I have mine set to change with buttons off, I notice it has an annoying habit sometimes of resetting itself to like a very low volume. So that's something else that you can look into, is what is the sound volume set to.
This is Julie again.
Yeah, go ahead, Julie. We got just a couple minutes, so get us a quick one.
I just want to thank Herbie for telling me how to do it, because my watch appears to be okay now.
All right, way to go.
Yes, did a soft reset.
That fixes lots of gremlins. Very good. Okay. We got like 2 minutes. Who's got a 2-minute quick question with a 2-minute answer?
Oh, this is Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie, do it.
So I don't know if this one really has an answer or not, but I'll try. So I had a situation earlier where I wanted to charge my phone and I could plug it into a car's USB port. Well, this one decided to be cute and hijack my phone and put it into CarPlay mode and all that. Now, I tried telling it to forget the device in CarPlay, but it still seemed to want to not do that, so I had to unplug it because it was going to create a lot of problems. I'm just curious if there's any other way to prevent CarPlay from taking over. Yep.
So typically, some vehicles have 2 USB ports. One port is designated to do that, and you have to plug into the other USB port.
All right. I will look to see if they have a secondary port then. Perfect.
Some of them have them in the back seat on the back of the console, and that one's probably not going to be a CarPlay port.
All right, guys.
All right, we're pretty much there, Sandhya. So
yes, we
we
are.
hand the baton to you.
All right, very good. Thank you, Brad. Thanks, everybody. So we're going to take a minute and say hello to anybody who didn't get to say hello. Who would like to say hello and who you are, where you're from?
Is Herbie, and I'm currently still in Palm Springs, California.
All right, welcome. Okay, keep going. Who else?
Mark in Montreal.
All right, welcome, Mark.
Julie, Ventura, California, saying hello.
Hello, Julie. Welcome.
Bridget
Sandhya, Priscilla.
All right, Miss Bridget in Atlanta, and hey, Miss Priscilla, the Queen. Yes, welcome. Okay.
How are you, sweetheart?
Good, good. All right.
Terry from Arlington Heights.
Hello, welcome, Terry Ann. Who else? Want to say hi? Okay. Anybody else want to say hello?
Marvin from Chicago.
Hey, Marvin, welcome. All right. Very good. All right. Well, we are now going to figure out what that movie is for this Friday night at iBUG Night at the Virtual Movies. And with those interminable clues, we have our very own iBUG guy. iBUG guy, are you there? There I am.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm back again. Glad to be here. Happy week after New Year.
Okay. All right.
What's going on? What are we doing tonight? Oh, we're doing the big
Clues.
reveal for
Yes.
this Friday's movie, which will be shown this Friday.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. So we've got some clues to help you figure out what the movie's going to be. But wait, where's my clues? All right, come up clues. So it is time now for my
Oh my, there went a lung there, I'm pretty sure. Okay.
Oh my goodness, something just flew out of the screen of my iPhone.
I know. Okay. All right.
All right. Here we go. Same rules as we had before. Say your name, wait to be recognized before you guess. No shouting out titles. You may stay off of mute on this particular segment. And let's see, who provided our clues this week? Oh, look at there, Luis Lula de Silva. Oh, great clues. I don't know where he's
Gotta
hiding
remind
at.
him, one guess per clue.
What? You're preempting my rules.
Oh, sorry.
Get one guess per clue. 5 guesses total. All right, here we go for clue number 1.
Okay. Where'd he go?
Our film this week takes place on a Greek island.
Oh.
Takes place on a Greek island. Finally got away from New York.
This is Terry.
Terry.
Is it Greece? I mean, is that the name of the movie?
Greece takes place somewhere other than a Greek island.
This is Helene.
Helene.
I never guess, but Mamma Mia. Is it Mamma Mia?
Mamma Mia.
Oh, that's a good guess.
That's a pretty good guess, which does take place on a Greek island. And guess what, Helene? Yeah, not this time. Good try, though.
This is Shri.
Shri. No.
No.
Incorrect. Good try, Shri.
This is Nikki.
Nikki.
All creatures great and small.
All creatures great and small.
Probably not.
I have to go caucus with the judges.
Oh dear.
Too early for caucusing.
No? Okay. Okay. All right. Judges have ruled. Good try.
Time to move on.
All right, moving on to clue number.
This is Pete.
Uh-oh. Do we count Pete?
Pete. Yes, Pete will be right up after I finish stating clue number 2.
Okay.
It has a wildly entertaining beginning that gives way to a sagging midsection.
What? Are we talking about you?
I was going to ask that, but I decided not to.
Good thing you guys are on the telephone.
Sorry, did I say that? Am I on mute? Oh no. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
What
Mr.
happened?
Pete, do you have a
Oh,
guess?
me? Yeah, that's obviously wrong now. I was going to say Onassis.
Onassis is a Greek type of thing, but I don't think we're doing that this week. Good try,
It doesn't
Pete.
have it doesn't have an exciting beginning either.
I like
Like
that.
you do,
Onassis,
Michael.
a Greek type of thing.
This has, what was the clue? It didn't have an exciting beginning. It has a wildly entertaining beginning
Oh, excuse me.
that gives way to a saggy midsection.
Mark in Montreal.
Mr. Mark in Montreal.
This is way out in left field and probably too old to be relevant for a movie, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Zorba the Greek.
Zorba the Greek. Sounds Greek to me. All right, good try, Mr. Mark from Montreal.
Okay, move on.
All right, moving on, says the, what's her title? Mistress of Moot. All right.
You guys are hysterical.
Number 3.
Oh my God.
Hopefully, you will not hear or read about the best parts of this before you see it.
Say it again. You're fading in and out.
Hopefully, you will not hear or read about the best parts of this movie before you see it.
Okay. Move on.
Clue number, wait.
4.
This is deep.
3.
Is that book finder or whatever that book was? That movie?
Book finder.
Yeah. It was book something.
Sounds like a really great movie.
Doesn't it?
Book something.
Yeah, that one.
I don't think we have book in this movie.
This is Shri.
Shri.
Gladiator.
Gladiator. The thing that takes place in the Roman Empire.
I thought they were in Greece.
Not close, well, kind of close, but not great.
Move on. Move on.
All right. We are moving on to clue number 4.
That was 4.
4.
4.5.
Isn't that a golf term? 4. 4.
We don't play golf. We can go on.
One of the main characters is a billionaire whom several of the other characters owe their name and fortune to.
This is Sri.
Shri.
Thomas Counterfeit.
Thomas
Then again,
Crown
I was
Affair.
doing the Shri over here.
Thomas Crown Affair.
Thomas Crown Affair. Never heard of it. I have heard of it, but that's not right. Incorrect, Sri. Good try. You are eliminated. Okay. Any other guesses? One of the main characters is a billionaire, whom several of the other characters owe their fame and fortune to.
Whom they owe.
All right. Moving on to clue number
6.
Last clue.
Okay.
This one will probably give it away.
I hope so.
Once a year, he, the billionaire, what? Oh, he amasses.
Go on.
What is amasses?
What's the matter? You
the
can't
clue.
read Louise's
Gathers a lot.
handwriting or what?
He
Amasses.
amasses his tight-knit clique with a lavish weekend vacation.
Oh,
Oh, I could have friends like that. Okay. All right.
on a
nobody
Greek
knows.
island. Yeah.
Is it a horror movie?
Gilligan Island?
What does amasses mean?
It
This is
means to
Pete.
bring together.
Gathers a lot. Bring together.
Yeah,
This is
gather,
Pete.
bring together.
Okay, Pete.
Or fortune. You can
All right,
amass a
Pete.
fortune.
It's a wild, 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 wild world.
It's a wild, 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 wild world. One more wild and you would have had it, Pete. Sorry.
You kidding me?
So close. So close, but yet so far.
Any other guesses before we have to close it off here? We're running out of time. Oh, we got a bonus question.
Oh, bonus. Oh, dear.
Yes, we
God,
first
pain is
question.
prolonged.
Hurry, go.
It's
Oh, Julie wants to take a guess.
oh, Julie, sorry.
Dirty Dancing. No.
Dancing. I don't think
where
so.
she got that one. Okay. All right.
Not in Greece.
Bonus clue.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a sequel to a film in which the mystery has already been solved. Wait, that's not right. It's a sequel to a film that we have seen before in which the mystery has already been solved.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Sequel to a film which we have already seen before in which the mystery has been solved. All right. I guess no one gets it this week. Our film is the sequel to Knives Out, entitled Glass Onion,
Hence the opening music.
starring Daniel Craig. Isn't he 007? One of the 007s? Yeah,
He was.
he was.
I
And
started
now,
watching that on Netflix last weekend.
now he plays, I forget his name, something Blanc.
Okay. Anyway, keep going.
Anyway, keep going. So our movie will, oh, we don't have any winners, so we get to save our prize till next week.
All right. Very
Our
good.
film is this Friday at 8. Be there at 7:30 for the pre-movie.
What's it called again?
The
Kickoff.
Glass onion.
The glass.
Oh,
Glass Onion, yes.
And you
Take-
played the green onion as your opener music.
Take
didn't you?
your nap because it's 2 hours and 19 minutes. All right. Good night, Mr. McCulloch. Say good night. Goodbye.
Green onion.
All right. Close enough. All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. We are saying good night to Mr. McCulloch. Oh my goodness. Okay. That wasn't painful at all. Okay, now we're going to go back to the iBug Bite segment. And then after that, we'll continue with our regularly scheduled question and answers. Brad, are you there?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, he's there. Thank you, Brad.
I am here.
Okay. What you got?
And hopefully this will be relatively painless, unlike the previous segment. This will be short too, unlike the previous segment. Last week there was a question about the downloads folder in iOS. So I thought I'd give a brief explanation of where you can find it. Okay, how about that? When you download something, maybe from a website, it ends up in the downloads folder on your iOS device. And let's take a look at where we find that. Now, every iPhone for the last couple of iterations of iOS has had a downloads folder, and it is in iCloud. So hopefully you have iCloud enabled. So let's take a look. Let's see.
2017.
Okay, do we hear that?
Calendar.
Yeah, you're good.
2017.
Good. Just like to make sure it worked before, but it's been an hour. So, okay, so I'm in my iPhone running iOS 16. You've had a downloads folder. I don't remember when they started. iOS 12, maybe something like that, maybe 11. So it's been a while. So probably everybody's updated to at least
2018.
one of the versions that has got it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to ask the voice assistant to open my Files app. Open Files.
Files.
And
Shared. Tab.
we are
2 of
in
3.
Files. Now let's see.
iCloud Drive. Heading.
I'm already in iCloud
Browse.
Drive. Let's
Back
back
button.
up.
Browse.
When you first open it,
More.
presuming
Button.
this is where you left it, you have a list of any of your cloud. Files app will
100%
not only
battery.
looks at iCloud, it'll look at Dropbox, OneDrive, whatever you might have installed on your.
iCloud Drive.
See, there's
Locations. But iCloud Drive. On my iPhone. My Passport Wireless. Team Viewer. Recently deleted.
I got a number
Team
of
Viewer.
things on
My,
there.
on my iCloud Drive.
Okay, I'm going to go to iCloud Drive.
Archive downloads. Archive downloads. Documents. Folder.
There's some
70
folders I've
items.
made.
Downloads.
And
Folder.
there it is.
12
downloads.
items.
So when I open it up,
Bits Mac Bytes
there's
2022.
just all kinds
10.
of stuff
13
in it.
P.
And that's how you find it. That's pretty short and sweet. In your Use the Files app is where you can access your iCloud Drive. And in your iCloud Drive, the downloads folder should have been automatically created when the version you updated to a version of iOS that supported the downloads folder. And that's it. Anyone have any questions about that?
Wow, that was good. Short and
I
sweet.
know.
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, thank you. I was the one that couldn't find the Files app because it wasn't on my phone. I had to download
I
it
should
again.
thank you because you gave me my idea.
Well,
last
thank you.
week.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
I have explored it and I appreciate your help with that tonight. But that's why I couldn't find it because it wasn't on my phone.
And by default in your Safari settings, it should ask you where you want downloads to go. And unless you've changed it, it is set to says downloads, but it means, of course, downloads in iCloud.
This is Jody. So that's in the Safari settings?
In Safari settings. I mean, you can change
Thank
it,
you.
but if you look at it, the default is going to be your downloads folder. So it should already be set to it.
Okay, thank you.
It's Marie.
This
Yeah,
is
Marie.
Terry.
Okay,
Thank
let's
you
go
for
Marie, and
doing
then
that
we'll go-
little. Thank
Go
you for
ahead.
doing that little bit because I did not know, and I've been reluctant to download anything from Safari because I never knew where to find it.
All righty, there you go. And if you have an iPad which I know you do.
Yes.
They both will access the same downloads folder.
Okay, great.
Any Apple device, even that desktop thing that we don't talk about here, would access
Okay.
it as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is Julie. I was just going to ask about the Mac.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Terry Ann was
See,
first, and then
you
we are
had
not
Terry
going to be
then.
talking
Yeah,
about
go ahead,
the Mac.
Terry.
Okay.
So
all right.
I guess I'm a little confused, or maybe a lot. This folder is in. I'm not sure
iCloud.
where you go to
You
download.
on your iOS device, your iPhone or an iPad.
Yep.
You should have an app. It comes with the iPhone. It's called Files.
It's a native app.
Yes, it started up. I don't remember how long ago, but a while back. Okay. iOS 9, I don't know when. And it allows you to access, files storage on your iPhone, on your iPad. So, and you may have a folder called Extras somewhere.
Yes, that's
It
why I was
probably is
confused.
in there. But if you do
Yep.
like I did and ask that voice assistant lady, like I did, I just said, open files. You could say, open the Files app, either one, and it'll open it. It'll find it on your phone and just open it.
Got it.
But I bet you got a folder called Extras. I renamed mine. It's now called something else, but that's where the Files app originally was. Okay.
Thank you, Terry. This is Terry. Thank you. That's why I
All
was
righty.
confused. All right. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Anybody else?
This is Chris.
Go ahead.
I have mine going to just my iPhone. It doesn't go to iCloud. I just set it to go just to my phone.
You can do that too. There was in the Files app, there was one of the locations says on this iPhone or on my iPhone, and there actually is a folder there. So yes, you can go into Safari and change it to another location.
This is true.
Change where your downloads go. Now you should still have a downloads folder in iCloud. Whether or not you're using it is a separate issue. Anybody else?
Bridget.
Go ahead, Bridget.
Yes, a quick question. What do you put in the different files? I know information, but how do you go about putting it in there?
Well, specifically this downloads folder, if you go to a website on Safari and you download something, a file, various things that you might download from a website, this is where they're going to go. And I think the original question last week was somebody downloaded something and they didn't know where it went on their iPhone. And it made me aware that a lot of people do not know that this folder exists, where it is. So I thought I'd show people. But if you download something, it goes into this folder, which is in iCloud, which means it could be accessed from your iPhone or your iPad or any other device you have that's connected to your iCloud account.
Okay, but can I ask a quick question?
Okay, as long as it pertains to what we're talking about.
Yes. So I just want to give an example, maybe I can understand. Say if I download one of the movie apps. So I download the movie app, so then it'll go on one of the files?
No, that's an app. If you download an app from the App Store, it's going to install it on your iPhone. It's not going to go into this folder. But if you went to a website and downloaded a file, like an audio described movie, it would end up in this downloads folder.
This is Sandhya.
Go ahead, Sandhya.
Yeah. So, for example, if you went to our iBUG Today website and went to the podcast tab, and maybe you wanted to listen to last week's recording, you could click on it, and then voila, it will end up in your download folder. All right, Brad. Yeah. Hopefully we haven't. So hopefully that helps, Miss Bridget. Thank you, Brad. Anybody else? Questions for Brad? Hey,
Chris,
Chris, go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
when I tapped on a link the other day for a Google Docs document, When I downloaded it, that's where it went to.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Most things from a browser are going to go straight in there. Email, you got to do this and that and the other to get it there, but we may do that in another.
All right.
I'll be back next month. I might do that.
Gee, I know. I can't
Something to look
wait.
forward to. I know you got
Okay. Very good, Brad.
4 weeks. All right, 5 weeks.
Thank you,
Okay,
Brad.
that's it. Back to you, Sandhya.
Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. Now, somebody that has not had a turn, we would love to hear from you. Who would like to ask a question?
It's Chris.
Okay.
This is
something
Mo.
Different. Hang on, Mo. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, this kind of pertains to Mo. I think a while ago he did a demo on Apple Music. This is an Apple Music question. I finally bit the bullet and downloaded the Family Share Apple Music plan. And I have a couple of questions, but I'll just stick to this one. If you actually download a song, say, or an album to your Apple library as your library as part of the subset of the Apple Music library, and your Apple library is synced, can you in bulk delete or remove those songs from the Apple library portion of your, the Apple portion library of your personal library? I don't see an edit button in there anywhere.
Okay.
Ferris Bueller.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so you downloaded a song, a bunch of songs, maybe for your family, somebody else, but you don't want them in your library. Is that kind of the right gist? Is that where we're going with this?
No.
Or-
No.
Okay. Say it again.
No.
This is Herbie.
Okay, go Herbie.
So yeah, to delete a song from your library in Apple Music, this is in Apple Music, right?
Yeah, a bunch of them at a time, not just one, but a bunch of them.
Right. So like for each album or for each song, what you can do is if you do a double tap and hold, that'll bring up the context menu, and one of the options will be delete from library.
I know, but I want to do a bunch at a time. I don't want to go one by one.
I don't think that can be done anymore. If it can, you could try going to this library tab, and then there's like those different categories for songs.
Right.
And
this is
Right.
Brad.
Yep.
Okay, Brad.
Yeah, you're talking about you went to Apple Music and downloaded an album, right?
This is Chris.
Okay. I believe you can open up Apple Music. I believe you can go to the album. And of course, the album may have, let's say 12, 14 songs, something like that, right?
Okay.
And as opposed to going through there and one by one flicking up to delete each one, I believe up at the top in the right corner,
right,
there should be a button, and it may say more. And it should open up a menu. And in that menu is similar to what Herbie was talking about. And it should say, you should have the option to delete download or delete from library. And that should delete that entire album. But if you've downloaded 15 albums, you cannot delete all 15 albums in one action. You have got to go to each album and deal with it individually.
Hang on, I think Chris wanted to clarify. Go ahead, Chris.
Right. And not albums, just songs, individuals.
No,
So
songs, you got to delete them one at a time.
All right. Okay. All right, Mo. Okay, so Chris, hopefully that will help you. All right. Maybe not. Okay. All right. Go, Mo.
So just this, an update, and it's kind of it's not iOS related. It's Apple TV related.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Uh-huh.
So for those, if there are any folks who are using Apple TV and you're using VoiceOver, if it's thing is that it was very unresponsive, and I had numerous calls to Apple accessibility support, and we didn't really make any headway. Short solution is if you reset your Apple TV, it basically starts from scratch, and it works quite well. So.
Oh, that's something happy. Okay, good. When all else fails, you reset, right?
Exactly.
Thank you, Mo. Good deal. Okay, anybody else with a new
This
question?
is Shri.
Go, Shri.
This is G.
Shree and then D.
It's just a question for Mo. So when you did a reset, did you have to authenticate all the apps when you re-downloaded it back to the Apple TV?
Unfortunately, the answer is yes, and this is why it took me 8 months to do that.
Okay.
That's why.
But
All right.
so, but it does work. It works incredibly well.
Okay. We'll see you 8 months later, Shree. Okay. Go, D.
Sri just asked my question.
All right. Very good. Thank you, D, for not asking it again. Okay. All right. Who's next? Your question. All right. My turn. Okay. You know how much I love Amazon, and I'm having problems with Amazon. Okay. And it's screen curtain and screen recognition is not on. So that's not the issue. Something is happening in Amazon when I do a search, it pulls up the products, then I tap on one, and then it's going through this like feedback loop, like give us feedback and what are your reasons for is this ad showing up too much, too little, is it irrelevant? And then I cannot get out of there. Is anybody having this issue? So I am not able to spend money now because I'm stuck in this ad.
This is
Shree.
So when you go to Amazon, there's two. I don't know visually what it looks like, but there's one that actually has where you can place the order, and the one that right next to it has that little survey that it asks you to take. If you do get that survey, I just swipe left all the time till it gets to. You get a button. I think it says no thanks or done. Can't quite remember what it says, but I would swipe left. But I do notice that there is a second option on an item, and that's when I see that little survey that comes up.
Oh, so don't do the first one.
Do the first one, don't do the second one.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah, I think visually I don't know what it looks like, but that's what when you swipe, that's what it feels like to me.
All right. Thank you, Shree.
But it might be also that Michael said that you spent too much. You might be on there.
I was trying to buy a dog brush, something pretty simple. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I will try again. All right. Very good. Who's next? New question. New problem. Anybody? Somebody hasn't had a turn.
Miss Marie.
Oh, Marie.
I have a quick question. I was reading that Apple Books is now doing some of their books with using AI voices. And I listened to a sample, and actually it's pretty impressive, but I've not found a way to find any of those books on the Apple Books app. Has anybody tried to look at them or find them?
This is Brad.
Brad.
I think that feature's just been announced and the books may not yet be available because I have just heard about it in the past week or so.
Okay.
All right. Maria's
I think it's a coming soon kind of thing.
She is on the cutting edge. All right. Good job, Marie.
This is Pete.
Pete.
I might add that you might look in iTunes because they have books as well as movies and music and things like that. If it is available, it may be in iTunes. Just a thought.
Just a thought. Okay, Marie.
Okay, thank you.
All right, very good. Who's next?
This is Terry with a follow-up.
Go ahead.
In settings under sounds and haptics, if you flick to the right 100 million times, you're going to come up to something that says locking sound. I forgot now already what it's called. And it's either on or off. And I wonder if that's what you need to adjust to turn off that sound. If I'm understanding that was the sound you wanted to turn off.
This is Brad.
Brad.
That is exactly it. It's the one that makes a little, when you lock your phone, it makes a little sound.
Right. That's what Gary was talking about.
Yeah, that's what Gary was talking about.
Yeah, well, see, this occurs when she unlocks it.
Correct.
So, okay, I'll look in there.
Maybe it too. I'm not sure.
I think it does
we'll
both.
look in there.
Yeah.
It does
Very
it
good.
for both.
Thanks.
Good job, Gary. Great question. Thank you, Darianne. Okay, who's next? New problem.
This is D.
Bridget.
Okay, Miss Bridget, then D.
Okay, I hope I can ask this question. Is a smart TV have to do with Apple products?
Oh, what a great question, Miss Bridget. Who would like to help? Mo, would you like to take that question? What is a smart TV and is it an Apple product? I call on Mo.
Great question. Thank you. So yeah, so Apple, among their fleet of products, they also make a little device kind of similar to a Roku, if you will, or a Fire Stick. It's called an Apple TV, and it connects to your TV, and it has voiceover, and also runs several of the native Apple apps like Apple Music, podcasts. So that's the reason I use it, because it has great accessibility.
Okay, just to clarify, it is not actually a TV, correct?
No, it is a device that connects to your TV.
Very good. Yeah. Just want to
it
make sure everybody knows because the name is a little confusing.
This
It's-
Marie.
And it's even
Okay.
This is
Haven't-
Pete.
Hang on. Let Mo finish. Go ahead, go Mo.
Oh, sorry. Just one more thing to clarify. There's also an app called Apple TV, unfortunately, but this is
All right. Okay, Marie.
Yeah, the actual smart TV has nothing to do with any kind of device like the Fire Stick or the Apple TV or the Roku. It is actually the TV itself, and I believe they all run on the Android platform, not Apple.
Right. So there are, yeah, you're right. Absolutely. So there is a smart TV and then there's an Apple TV. So there are two different things. Talk about confusing. Okay, go Pete.
This is Ned.
Hang on,
Yeah,
Ned.
But
I
what
just
makes
wanted-
it?
Hang on,
Who's
Ned.
up?
Hang on, Ned. Go Pete.
I just wanted to clarify further for Bridget. If you hear the term smart TV, Bridget, that applies to a regular TV set. All these new ones now that you see at Walmart or Target or Best Buy, those TVs are, most of them are smart TVs, which means they have internet connection and that you can download apps onto them, very much like an iPhone or an Android phone. But not all smart TVs are Apple products. And the Apple TV, as Mo said, is a box that goes on top of your regular TV. So they're not the same.
Okay, very good. Okay, Ned. Go, Ned.
Yes, I think Pete answered it, but I was just simply going to say what makes a smart TV smart is able to access the internet.
All right. Very good summary there, Ned. Okay, Miss Bridget.
This is 3.
Yes, 3. Go ahead.
Throw a little wrench in there. You can get Apple TV to be in the smart TV.
Right. Yes. Let's confuse her even more. Okay.
Right.
All right, Miss Bridget. I hope that helps. Yes, there's it's a very confusing world out there. Okay. Good question. Good question though. Very good. And we're not supposed to say her name on this call, but some of those smart TVs have the A lady in them. Okay. So just be careful. All right. Okay. I didn't say it. Don't tell anybody. Okay. Who's next? New question. Oh, D. Forgot my D. Go D.
That's right. I was waiting to see if you was going to remember.
I didn't forget you. Don't worry. Go ahead.
You tried. Okay.
I tried.
I feel really silly asking this question.
There are no silly questions except yours. No, go ahead. Come on.
Well, after I got this iPhone 13 mini with the side button and everything, I've been confused a time or two. Now, I've been able to download things from iTunes or the App Store. But the other day, I get a little confused. I was trying to purchase a text tone. And it told me to hit the side button. Okay, so I thought, okay, I did that. So I thought I was done. So I backed out of there and went and looked for my text tone, and it was not in the sounds and things where that shows up. So was there more I was supposed to do besides just tap that button?
It's just Brad.
Go, Brad.
It probably wanted you to tap it 2 times real quickly and then you should hear the phone make a little pating sound that
Pating?
confirms
Really,
that.
Brad? Pating?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's
Pating.
it. You want me to do it again?
No, that was enough. Okay.
Yeah, but as long as that little mute switch on the side of your phone is not turned to the mute position, you
No.
will hear it. If it's set to the mute position, a lot of those sound effects, you get cheated out of those. But that's what it wants. It doesn't want you to hit it once. It wants you to press the thing twice real quickly, kind of like you're doing a double tap on the screen.
How
Press
come it
that
didn't tell me
button
that?
2 times. If you go back and listen to it, it probably says press it twice. I don't know. I've done it so many times I don't even pay attention to it. I think
Okay.
it says press it twice quickly.
That's how you're going to pay for it. I mean,
This
that's
is
how
free.
you.
If it's free, yeah, that's how it confirms that you
No,
want
no,
to do
it
it.
was the paid one. It was
This
paid.
Yeah,
is
that
free.
means you're confirming that you
Hold on,
want to
hold
do that.
Okay, and I
go,
just pressed
Shri.
it once.
Hang on. Shri's going to help you. Go, Shri.
Don't you also have to do a face ID recognition after you press
Yeah, it does
confirm?
that.
So did you do a face ID confirmation?
No, I just hit that side button one time and thought I was done and backed out of there. So I guess I didn't complete the purchase, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so after I hit that side button, then it's going to ask for a face ID.
This is Brad.
Brad.
It's just going to do it, and it'll be over before you know it.
Okay.
Just hold the phone about 12 to 14
Yeah, I know
inches
how.
from your face. You know, you got Face ID set up.
Knows where her
Right.
face is. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead. All
It'll
right.
do it.
Okay, very good, Dee. Good
Okay,
luck.
thank you.
Good luck. What ringtone did you buy, Dave?
I can't remember. Well, see, right now I got one on there. The little Santa guy goes, "Oh, whoa, Merry Christmas."
It's a little
And
out of season now, my dear.
yeah, I think I need to kill him off for a while.
Don't kill Santa.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, he didn't hear you. Okay, all right. Very good. Who's next? New question. Who would like to go? Somebody new.
Marvin from Chicago.
Marvin, yes, go, sir.
Okay. How do I if I start a phone call or answer a phone call on my watch and then wants to go back to my phone, how do I transfer that?
Oh, what a beautiful question, Marvin. You are awesome. Okay, who wants to answer it? He's like I paid him to do that
I know you
question.
did. Shri
Okay.
paid him.
Who wants to answer that? Brad?
No.
Oh, no, not Brad. Who? Anybody with a watch want to help Marvin?
This is Terry.
Go, Terry.
On the top of your phone, on the top of the screen, like right below the top of the screen, right below the status bar, really, there is an option that it should show you. It should recognize that when you swipe to your right or to your left, you should hear voiceover recognizing that you're on your watch. And then you swipe to the right, I think it is, and it will say something like, I forget what it says, not like transfer call to iPhone or whatever. And if you have headphones on, it knows that you have those on too, and it will give you the option to transfer it to your headphones as well. But I don't remember the exact terminology.
Yeah, thanks.
This
Thanks,
is Shri.
Terry Ann.
A lot of help. I'm not.
I know, right? I'm kidding. Okay, go ahead, Shri.
It says call in progress.
Call in progress. Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
It's on the
There you
status
go.
bar on the left side.
All right, Marvin. So there you go. You'll be all ready to transfer calls. Okay. Marvin. Oh, well. Okay.
He's busy transferring a call.
I guess he's transferring his calls. Okay, very good. Okay, who's next? New question. Anybody?
This is Shri.
Go ahead.
I was going to give an answer to one of the questions that Pete asked yesterday about the watch.
Go ahead.
So Pete, you do have to put that watch pretty much securely around your wrist, because I tried it. The clinch does not work if it's not securely around your wrist.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Serene.
One of the one that was asked was, can you use voice control on the Apple Watch? Currently the Apple Watch doesn't support a voice control, and I tried it with the Apple Watch mirroring. As soon as I launched the Apple Watch mirroring, voice control stopped. So if that is something that people are interested, definitely contact Apple Accessibility to get it maybe in a future enhancement.
All right. And just a reminder that Shree, Herbie, and David did an awesome cafe yesterday on everything you wanted to know about the Apple Watch. So that should be posted soon. So we are waiting for our wonderful volunteers to get that up. All right. Thank you, Shree. It's a very detailed gestures and pairing and what you can do and workout. It was a lot. So very good. All right. Okay. Who's next? New question.
This is Greg.
Greg.
Yeah, so I want to go back to transferring the call. So if I see call in progress if I'm on my phone call on my watch, and if I want to transfer it back to the phone, in the status bar, there's a call in progress, and I just double tap on that.
Yeah.
This is Shree.
Oh, Shree.
Exactly correct.
All right. Thank you.
So, Greg, you haven't been doing that all this time?
No. I've been talking to my watch. It's like, how the heck do I get this back on my phone?
All right. Very good. Yeah, there were some very cool tricks that the volume was very helpful. I forgot about. I mean, it's like I don't use it regularly, but after yesterday's cafe, I really, was really encouraged to get back and start using my watch so I can practice. All right. Okay. Who's next? Yes.
Mo with a question.
Go, Mo.
Thank you for reminding me about the Apple Watch. How do my watch is currently muted, but any notifications on the watch are muted. In other words, it vibrates, but it doesn't make any sound. VoiceOver, I can hear it audibly. Any text messages or phone rings. So how do I make all the alerts audible again?
Oh, so you do not want them muted anymore. Okay, how does he unmute his Apple Watch? Anybody?
Brad. Open the control center on the watch and swipe through the different things in the control center, and you should find an option called silent mode. Make sure that's turned off.
Right. And I've asked this question a long time ago. So you still cannot get like different ringtones on your Apple Watch, right? It's only one, right?
Brad, I don't think you can do that.
Okay. All right.
This is Terry.
Go, Terry.
I don't believe you can get more than just the native ringtone on your Apple Watch. And the other thing about the Apple Watch and the silent mode is I often notice when I put my watch on the charger to charge it and then take it off, for whatever reason, it often switches some things, including that silent mode, so that I have to go in and turn it off again. And it is very annoying, and it's been happening for several months, and I don't know if it's a bug or just what. I wonder if anybody else has noticed that.
Anybody?
This is Brad.
Brad.
What I do notice is sometimes when my phone rings and I want to mute it, I will put my hand on the face of the watch, and it seems that sometimes that puts it in silent mode and sometimes it doesn't. I've been wearing a watch since they first came out, and I've never figured out the magic behind that, why sometimes it's in silent mode. What I notice is that when I put it on the charger at the end of the day, because I don't sleep with it on, it usually makes a ding sound when it goes on the charger, and I'll put it on and I hear no ding. And I'm like, I got to go check that silent mode thing. And usually it's turned on. I've never had mine be put on the charger and I hear the ding and I take it off and it's now on silent mode. But then I've never paid that close of attention either. So I'm going to be looking for that.
It was a ding and not a pating, right?
No, that's a different. It just goes ding when you put on. It does not go pating. That's a different sound.
I just want to
That's
clarify.
the phone.
I know. Got it. Go ahead, Terry.
The phone.
Conversely, it happens the other way too. My watch will give me the ding sound, not the pating sound, but the ding sound when a message comes in. But you're not supposed to hear it on your iPhone, by the way, the iPhone that's paired to your watch. But sometimes I will hear it on the other iPhone that I have, and sometimes I won't. So this stuff with the sound switching back and forth is just, it's not consistent. And I kind of think there's a bug that comes and goes, and I don't know. I'm just putting that out there.
All right.
Just
This
as
is
a FYI.
This is something that I thank you. Okay. I was going to go ahead and I have a quick question. Okay. Say you accidentally butt dial or whatever you want to call it. You accidentally call somebody and you're like, oh, no, I don't want to call that person. So you double tap to try to end the call. How quickly, do they get the call? Are they going to see that you called them or what?
This is Brad.
Brad?
If it starts ringing, they're going to hear it. If you hear the ringing, the sound you hear, the ringy dingy sound when the phone is ringing somebody.
You stop. Right.
This is Greg.
Greg.
Okay, I have a very important question. So I'm wearing my watch. I'm in the doctor's office and I get a phone call. I'm talking to the doctor, the watch is ringing and I'm panicked. It's like, how do I get this to stop? So what do I do?
Brad.
You were not listening yesterday.
Yeah, this is Brad.
Oh no.
Don't even tell them. They can go listen.
Yeah, go when this call is posted. Just
ahead, Brad,
immediately put your hand on the face of the watch.
I think I tried that and it just kept ringing.
Well, I think there's a setting somewhere, and I can't remember where, because when I got my first watch, I set it up and my settings have transferred forward to every watch I've ever had. But it is in there.
Yeah.
Go through the watch app. It may be under general. It may be under.
This is Terry.
This is David.
Hang on. Let's go. Let's let David have a turn.
Yeah.
Go, David.
What usually works is I just double tap the digital crown button and it'll silence, just kind of like you do on your phone. You double tap on the power button, to silence the call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is Greg. Yeah, I was afraid if I double tapped the crown that I'd be answering the call, and I was holding my hand over the watch, thinking,
"Oh no,
this will make it quieter." And
yeah, it's kind of tedious answering a call on the iWatch or Apple Watch. Honestly, I hardly ever answer calls on there. Sometimes I'll make a call from there, but so you have to find the little button. You have to swipe around till you find the little answer call button and so on. Yeah.
This is Brad.
Okay, go,
It's
Brad.
never worked for me. Maybe
The
Brad
two-finger double tap will answer a call on the watch, just like on the phone. Magic tap.
Oh, okay.
All right. We are learning all kinds of things about our Apple Watch. And
This is Terry.
Okay, quickly go.
Quickly, if you put your hand over the face of your watch, that or 3 fingers over it, that stops the speech, but I don't know that it actually stops the phone call from coming in, or it stops the phone from ringing and sending it to the voicemail.
Yeah, I think it means put your palm over it and it sort of silences it. Okay. All right. Well, we will resolve that question and others next week when you come back. And just quickly, thank you so much, Brad, for helping me facilitate tonight. And let's
My
quickly
pleasure.
review what I know it is, right?
There will be a test on all those sounds, though.
Yes.
Study.
I'll have bad dreams. Okay. So for this week, what do we have? We have iBUG mini buzz tomorrow from 5 to 6 on Clubhouse. Then book club. Don't forget to come to book club on Thursday. It's a really great book. Fortunate Son, DB 62,769. It's 9 hours and 26 minutes. I know you can finish it by then. And then iBUG Night of the Virtual Movies, we're going to be watching a very new movie called Glass Onion. It's a series, it's a sequel to Knives Out. We saw one of those movies earlier. So it should be a very suspenseful movie. So come and check that out. We'll be off this weekend and then we'll be back next Monday. All right. And be looking out for iBUG Cafe. All you want to know about the Apple Watch. Shree and David and Herbie, y'all did a great job and put so much work into it. So definitely check it out. All right, with that, we're going to say good night and then we'll see if we can have a parting song.